Good morning, students. Exercise 3.3, question 2. Read the bar graph which shows the number of books sold by a bookstore during 5 consecutive years and answer the following questions. Now see, a rough bar graph is drawn here. Now, how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 1992? Now see, this 1 unit is equal to 100 books. Now see, this is 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100. So in the year 1989, see, here it is 100, then 120, 140, 160 and 180. So in the year 1989, it is 180. Now 1990, now see, 400. So what will come? 420, then 440, then 460, then in the middle it is. That means 475. Now in the year 1992, it is, see here, where is 1992? Dekho, see here. It is 225. In which year were about 475 books sold? About 225 books sold. Now 475 books were sold in the year 1990. See here, 400 and here it is 475. 225 books were sold in the year 1992. See, this year. In which year were fewer than 250 books sold? In the year 89 and 92, less than 250 books were sold. In 89, 180 books were sold, and in the year 92, 225 books were sold. Can you explain how you would estimate the number of books sold in 89? Now see here, scale is given. 1 unit is equal to 100 books. See, 1 unit is equal to 100 books. Now 4 by 5. See, there are 4 lines here between. So 4 by 5, 100 into 4 by 5 is equal to 80 books. So 100 plus 80 books is equal to 180 books. Question number 1. This is your homework. Question number 3. Number of children in 6 different classes are given below. Represent the data on a bar graph. Now see, class and number of children are given here. 5th standard, there is 135 students. 6th, 120. 7th, 95. 8th, 100. 9th, 90 and 10th, 80. This is graph paper. This horizontal line is called x-axis and this vertical line is called y-axis. On x-axis we will show standard and on y-axis we will show number of students. Now see, this is 1 unit. 1 unit is equal to 10 students. So see here, 10, 20, 30, 40, this way up to 140 we will show because our greatest data is 135. Now students, let us make the bar graph. Now in 5th standard there is 135 students. Now where is 130? See here, here it is 130. Now 132, 34 and 35. See here, 135. In 6th standard, there is 120 students. Now see, where is 120? See here. 6th standard. Seventh standard, there is 95 students. Now see, here it is 90, 92, 94 and 95. Eighth standard, there is 100 students. Now see, 100. Ninth standard, there is 90 students. See, here it is 90. Tenth standard, there is 80 students. See, here it is 80. This way you will draw the graph. Now all this you have to draw with pencil. All this information also you will write with pencil. Now see here, width of the bar is same. See, it should be same. And the distance between two bars, this also should be same. Understood? First question is, how would you choose a scale? Now see, our biggest data is 135 and we are taking 1 unit is equal to 10 students. So 140 divided by 10 is 14. There will be 14 units. Next question is, which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum? Now see, 5th standard has the maximum number of children, that is 135, and 10th class has the minimum number of children, that is 80 children. Now the third question is, find the ratio of student of class 6 to the student of class 8. Now ratio is equal to student of class 6 divided by student of class 8. Now in 6th standard there is 120 students, that is divided by student of class 8, that is 100. So our ratio is 6:5. Is it clear? Question number 4. The performance of a student in first term and second term is given. Draw a double bar graph choosing appropriate scale and answer the following question. Now see, subject and first term and second term marks are given here. English, in first term he got 67 and in second term 70. Hindi 72, 65. Maths 88, 95. Science 81, 85. Social science 73, 75. Now we have to draw a double bar graph. Okay. Now on x-axis we have shown the subject and on y-axis marks. Now I took scale 1 unit is equal to 10 marks, but you can take of 5 marks also, 5, 10, 15, that is your choice. Now first term he got in English 67 and in second term he got 70. So this is first term. From here 67 and in second term he got 70. Now in Hindi, first term he got 72 and in the second term he got 65. Now in maths, first term he got 88 and in second term he got 95. In science, first term 81 and second term 85. Social science, first term 73 and second term 75. And first term you leave it plain and the second term you draw some design, so we can differentiate it. Is it clear? In which subject has the child improved his performance the most? Now see, in English, first term 67 and second term 70. That means the difference of 3. Now Hindi, first term he got 72 and second term 65. That means no improvement in Hindi. Maths, first term 88, second term 95. The difference of 7 marks. Science, 81, 85. Difference of 4 marks. Social science, 73, 75. That means 2 marks. And our question is, the child improved his performance the most. That means he improved. Yeah, his performance is most in maths. Is it clear? In which subject is the improvement the least? Now see, social science, only 2 marks. That means the improvement is least in social science. Question 3. Has the performance gone down in any subject? See here, yes. In Hindi, first term he got 72 and second term he got 65. That means his performance gone down in Hindi. Understood? Question number 5 and 6 is your homework. Exercise 3.4, question 1. Tell whether the following is certain to happen, impossible, can happen but not certain. Now you have to write. A. You are older today than yesterday. Answer is, it is certain to happen. Question number 2. A tossed coin will land head up. What is it? It can happen but not certain. हेड भी हो सकता है, टेल भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज सी. ए डाई व्हेन टॉस्ड शैल लैंड अप विथ 8 ऑन टॉप. It is impossible. Why? Because a die has only 6 numbers. So it is impossible that it will land up with 8 on top. D. The next traffic light seen will be green. So what will come? It can happen but not certain. Next is tomorrow will be a cloudy day. Same answer. It can happen but not certain. Question number 2. There are 6 marbles in a box with numbers from 1 to 6 marked on each of them. See here, 6 marbles with numbers marked on each of them. So, our first question is, what is the probability of drawing a marble with 2? Now see how many marbles are there with number 2? Only 1 marbles. So total number of marbles is 6. So our total outcome is 6. So the probability of drawing a marble with number 2 is 1. So 1 by 6 is our answer. Now B is like this. Same. Do this one. Question number 3. A coin is flipped to decide which team starts the game. What is the probability that your team will start? This is your homework. With this, we complete our chapter here.